guys, and today we're doing something new today. We're doing something brand new called Doctor Who ranking. So I'm gonna be ranking Doctor Who seasons, and I'll be ranking the first one to the latest and recent one, which is right now 36, season 36. So I'm gonna be ranking all episodes from this season, and yeah, worst to best. So this season has 8 stories, and I have to rank them which ones look the right type for me. Although I don't think any of the episodes I really loved, but like it's the first season, so I'll try to give as much love as possible to these episodes. So yeah, worst to best. Let's go with number 8. Let's go. Okay, number 8 is gonna be I'm gonna say, well, if it's gonna be 8 stories, then there's one lost story called Marco Polo, which no one has seen, although you can listen to it. But I did not review on it, so I'm gonna cut that one out. So it's gonna be a number 7 instead. Sorry about that. Alright, so my number 7 most favorite has to be probably. Yep, I'm going with some. I'm going with the Keys of Madness, or like, how do you say it? Wait, I'll be back. How do you call it? Okay. How do we call Keys of Madness? Okay, I'm gonna have to look up later. Just saying, the Keys of whatever. That's the story right here. It's not my type, although I don't really appreciate the other cliffhangers. Cliffhangers are not that as good, they're more bland. Although I like how they call each episode in the story different titles, that different things happen in the story, which makes it interesting. They try to do that, but like it failed to succeed. It really did. Because it was a 6-part story, and it had like a really lame villain, even though like there was no way to find it really cool, or like it had dialogue, it was good. It had not as good a villain like the Board, who was like a really forgotten villain in Doctor Who. I don't think anyone knows or remembers him. He's like one of the first Doctor Who villains. No, between the Daleks, but like, yeah, although he's forgotten. Yeah, let's go to number 6. Yes, number 6. Let's go. Okay, my number 6 pick is gonna be the Censoress. Yes. Well, this story tried to make a new monster. It was kind of better and more memorable than the Board, although both of them were really forgotten monsters that no one speaks of. Any Whovian, in fact. But they'll know it because they're Doctor Who fans. So they're not that threatening. They're like the Ood. For example, if you just watch the new series and you're thinking how these monsters react, they're called Censorets. And they're like the Ood, but like, yeah, they're like the Ood. They come on peaceful, but soon become all villainous. That's how this time they have a leader, and I don't know, did he die at the end? Spoiler alert. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he does. And the story is 6 parts, where it's a lot of stuff happens. People get kidnapped. Ian gets poisoned. Yeah. 6-part story. It's good how to introduce good monsters with really interesting episodes, but they failed. It's like the Ood succeeded because they were like funny sometimes. It could be funny. They were funny, I think. And then, but they also had like these things right here where they hold and they'll kill people with it. That was pretty unique. Sounds right. They didn't have anything. They're just there. They're like slaves for the leader thing. Yeah, so the story doesn't hold up many much. It was like the Case of Madness but like, yeah, it was like just like that story, but a bit more interesting. Okay, let's go to number 5. Okay, my number 5 spot is gonna be, where's she? Let's see here. Oh, An Unearthly Child. The very first Doctor Who episode. I don't know, some of you might disagree on putting it this low or high on the list, but like, it's on the middle, okay? Okay, it's on the middle. Well, actually, it's like, now we're going to the very fine episodes. You know, Unearthly Child, it was really good, especially the very first episode they broadcast. That was just amazing. Like, it's not related to anything of the entire story. The rest of the entire story is about cavemen who are trying to make fire. The first episode ever doesn't do that. Instead, it introduces our characters and what they do and how their lives are. And it's amazing how they do that for the very first episode and don't relate to any of the rest of the episodes in the story, which is amazing, and I love that. And I might do that someday, but great job. And yeah, I think the rest of the episode was pretty much a bummer, but the very first one nailed it top the notch. Totally beat all the other ones. So yeah, good job. Let's go to number 4. It's gonna be the Reign of Terror. The Reign of Terror, right here. So, the reason why this story is better than the very first episode is because the rest of the story is better because there's one episode, like 2 episodes are better than 1, right? So like if 1 episode from The Earthly Child and then 2 episodes or more beat, like the Reign of Terror was the very first episode of Doctor Who to be animated because they had lost episodes, but they also have surviving episodes too, so now it's pretty good. Like, my favorite moments from the Reign of Terror must be the time that cliffhanger where the Doctor is stuck in a house burning on fire. And then the other moment is when their friends realize the Doctor's betrayed them. This is my favorite cliffhanger, that moment of the episodes. It has animated episodes too, which is, if you like animation more than live action, then this might be, like, if you like both of them, this might be your episode. But don't worry, there's other episodes like that pretty soon, serious. So, yeah, the Reign of Terror beats An Unearthly Child, sorry. But I like that, right? So, let's go to number 3? Yeah, let's go number 3. Number 3 is gonna be the Aztecs. I don't know, like when I first watched this for the very first time, I didn't see why people liked it. But when I actually saw it, it kinda had, like, you know that moment in The Name of the Doctor, where the first Doctor appears, like, for one moment? They copied that from the Aztecs, which, when I saw that for the very first time, I was like, whoa. That blew my mind when I found out it looked exactly the same. So I know they just copied it from the Aztecs. So this doesn't really have a good plot. It's more like a dumb plot. It's like a plot that someone's find out. Like, it's not really, like, I'll just say it's not really interesting, but, like, really hold up, but it has some good action, does have a good villain. It's like one of the. It's not a memorable villain, but like, I think it was the first time we have like a human villain. No, it was an earthly child, and then the story. Yeah, was it? Or what? Yeah, it was. So, but this villain of the story was more interesting because he thought that Barbara was a fake goddess, and he wanted revenge. So that makes it interesting for his plot. Although things take a turn for all 4 episodes. I mean, all the rest of the 2 episodes. So many things happen. His friends realize that's happening, and then Ian and like his friends tell Barbara that something's happening to her, and she doesn't believe them, and then they're like in a cave stuck forever, and then they have to get out, and then Barbara's gonna get killed. Oh my gosh, so much things happen, especially in the last episode. That was good. Now let's move on with number 2. Okay. Number 2 is gonna be The Edge of Destruction. For this one, I think it's pretty good. Even though it has 1 setting, 4 actors, and no villains. And it made for 2 episodes. How clever indeed. So clever how they did this. And it was just like one thing. All they tried to do, TARDIS was just trying to tell them about something, and it made 2 episodes out of it. Like, that's a whole sentence, and they just expanded it like by 22 inches long. Like, that's amazing and pretty clever too. This is the first story to not include a villain, and also not to include another setting. Also, the budget was so like they didn't need to do anything. They had only 4 actors, and that's it. So this story is probably there just to show how good the actors are, because they're just 4 actors, and that's it. So you're just really gonna see those 4 characters, Ian, Barbara, Doctor, and Susan, the entire time. So that's pretty much what I like. It's also scary. It can get scary sometimes, especially the only cliffhanger, or the cliffhanger between episode 1 and 2. Yeah, this is like the first shortest Doctor Who episode ever created, with only 2 episodes. And they did a good job. Good job. Number 1 is, drum roll please. If I can do it, I'll have to do it by myself. The Daleks. Yes, the Daleks. You hear me right? It's the most popular monster in all TV sci-fi history. Can be popular with its first episode. It could. It seriously could. And my dad will exterminate. Don't do it. Any dialect but then it will exterminate. So I find this episode really good. Well, I don't love it, but I really like it. Like, because all episodes in season 1 are not all the ones I love, especially. But I like them. And this is the most likable one. Because, just imagine looking at this back in 1963 as a little child. And, like, imagine, whoa, what the heck is that? And, like, oh my gosh. Having a big experience on looking at this for, like, first time on this story. Just imagine how the creators were, of the actors. They must be like, oh shoot, this is so clever, let's do this. Even though the design looks pretty weird. But, come on, they did it. They knocked it out of the park. And it was a success. It was the only episode that saved the entire show from being destroyed. So it got did good. So, the Daleks have 7 episodes, and that's amazing how to introduce an entire story of villains, even though they didn't do that for the Cyberman. But, you know, I'm just happy they did that for the Cyberman. But the Daleks, 7 episodes, don't worry. This is actually the first time they also introduced the Dals. They're like the opposite of the Daleks. Totally opposite. They're not robots. They're not bad. And I think that's it. And they team up with Doctor and his friends to defeat the Daleks. A lot of stuff happened with 7 episodes, and that was good. So I give this story around 9 out of 10, because I don't really love them, but I like them. So the Daleks is a good episode and story. And it might remain my favorite classic season 1 episode for me for a long time, probably. I don't know. Could change. Probably could change. So, yeah, and see you guys all later. And happy Pi Day. Bye.